Welcome to Reggie's Reviews, where it's no filler, no fluff, but we keeps it a buck. And today we're going to talk about this new Beyonce album. So I got my brother Stan with me again. What's going on, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing? Happy Easter.
Maintaining, man. Maintaining. Same to you. so we're going to talk about this Beyonce album. Now it's going to be more of a reaction, not really a full depth review, just because I've only listened to it its entirety twice, so I haven't like really dug in. Like I think with music, you gotta listen to it multiple times before you
Yeah,
really get it. So I've only listened to it twice, so this is gonna be more of a reaction than review.
yeah.
But still saying that, I'll let you start it off, man. What'd you think?
I thought it was excellent, man. I thought it was the best work. Like, I was skeptical at first of going into it, listening to it, and because again, I don't fuck with country music. It's just not something that has. But it's not. Let me make it something clear. It's a country album, but it's a Beyonce country album. So, however you would her imagining of country music is what she did. So it wasn't just a bunch of hee haw songs and stuff like that. It's a Beyonce album with country fused songs, and I thought it was absolutely excellent.
Yeah.
And
So
I
real,
thought it
so
was great.
what country like? Not to cut you off, but what country like? All country isn't like put a boot in your ass is the American way. Some country does
Yeah, yeah,
kind of have more of like a pop influence. So I think that's more the sound she was
yeah,
going for than that. But keep going though.
yeah, yeah. And I think that's why so many people were negative on Beyonce doing a country album because they have this connotation about country music because that's kind of what you see is the hee haw racist, those kind of people. But this country music is rooted in Black history, and Beyonce goes through that with this album, and she has Black country artists on the album on the song Blackbird, which was excellent, and she's got three Black country stars. She's got Black country music stars on the album, and it's just an excellent album from top to now. It's long as hell. Again, I've been through that with you a bunch of times. I don't understand why artists feel the need to do these long ass albums. It's an hour and 15 minutes. That's a long fucking time to listen to music. It's just it's long, but I understand why she did it this long. It's not. It's longer than Renaissance, but it's an excellent album from top to bottom. And I'm a fan of Beyonce, not a fan of all the stuff she's done. I didn't particularly care. I thought Renaissance was a good album to me. It wasn't great. It had good parts to it, and I understood what it was. It was her tribute to house music because I think it was more of a tribute to her uncle because an uncle was a house music fan. So she did an album that had a lot of house music influences in it. And this album is obviously a country infused album because of her love for country music and her mother love for country music. Again, she grew up in Texas. I don't know why this is so surprising to people. If you go through Beyonce's history, you've seen her work Cowboy hats before. She did Daddy's Lessons off of Lemonade, which was a country song.
It was.
She
I,
did
it
and
wasn't a
all of
good.
this was
It wasn't a good song, but it was a country song. I agree.
it wasn't a great song, but it was a country song. And she did the duet with the Dixie Chicks, or the Chicks as they're called now,
Hmm.
at the 2016 Country Music Awards, which is what spawned this album because she did this performance, and it was the highest rated performance segment in the history of the Country Music Awards. But the hillbillies hated it so much, and the racists dragged it that they took it down off the social media platforms of the Country Music Awards. Then they put it back up because people complained about them taking it off. It was an embarrassing situation. And I heard the chicks talking about this on, I think, Howard Stern's show, and talking about how embarrassing it was for them to do that and to cave into racist people. Country music is not white people's music. They think it is, just like they think this is their country, and it's not. But it's music that came from black people. And anybody should be, again, and here's the best part, the funniest thing about this album. And Beyonce does everything calculated. Everything she does is calculated. There's a reason why she does it. She has two songs in this album. One that features or 3 songs. One that features Jelly Roll, one that features Miley Cyrus, and one that features Post Malone. 3 artists, 3 white artists. And I don't want to make this a racial thing, but it is what it is. But 3 white artists who dabbled into hip hop, dabbled into hip hop, black music, and then went back to country pop music, and nobody said anything. It wasn't. But as soon as Beyonce does this, I'm doing a country album. There's this backlash from white country fans, like, why is you doing a country album? It's not for black. It's like country music is for everybody. Just like every type of form of music is for everybody. Anybody should be able to do any form of music as long as it's good, as long as it doesn't suck. You know, if Molly Cyrus can be twerking her non-existent ass in a video and then doing a country song with Billy Ray Cyrus, her dad, then why is that a big deal that Beyonce wanted to do a country album?
Yeah,
It's not.
it's not. It's not. It's
It's
not a
not.
big.
It's not a
It's
big
not.
deal.
Not a
It's
big
not a
deal
big
at
deal
all.
for Post Malone be doing songs about lean and shit like that, and then playing the guitar at, at the Super Bowl. It's not a big deal, you
Yeah.
know. Jelly Roll was a West Coast hip hop producer
Hmm.
that did songs with Snoop Dogg and all them niggas, and now
Yeah.
he's a fat tattooed face country star. Nobody said anything. It's just the double standards that exist in this country, especially when it comes to race, is sickening and exhausting. And
Well,
Beyonce took a dump on all of them, and I loved it. And the fact that the album was good was a bonus to me.
gotcha. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna talk about the album in a second, but I'm gonna go back on something that you said. You were talking about uh, Miley Cyrus in terms of like her going into hip hop and all that. And you're correct. And I talked about that in my review of her album. Um, the people did say stuff though. She got a ton of backlash for it, and she had to apologize. So people did say stuff. It wasn't like she got away with it. People absolutely said stuff. So it's
I'm
whatever.
sure people. I'm sure people within our community said stuff.
Well, yeah,
You know, within the hip hop community, the
right.
black community, sure. But white folks seem to not. They don't seem to have a problem with that stuff. And again, there's nothing wrong with doing different types of music. I think it's a good thing. I think established artists is taking chances and doing different things is great and is definitely needed in the music industry nowadays. It's
Yeah,
definitely needed.
the problem I had with her is that after she kind of went back to her kind of roots, she
She
had
started
some.
talking shit about hip hop.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was my problem. That was my
that was
problem.
my problem
That was
too.
my problem. That was my
If you
problem.
wanna go do different music, that's fine. Don't talk shit about the culture.
Correct. That was my problem.
Don't talk shit about the culture when you benefited from it and made money from it. But then
Mm,
when you didn't, when it wasn't beneficial to you, you went back to the white code. Don't do that.
right.
If
I
you want
yeah.
to make different types of music, that's fine. I have no problem with that. If Eminem one day decided he wanted to make a gospel album or a rock album, that's his prerogative. But don't talk shit about the culture.
Right.
Don't
I got you.
don't diss the culture. Don't diss the culture because that's disingenuous to us.
I
And
got you. I want.
we've allowed too many outsiders to come into this culture and make money off it and then leave when it's no longer profitable for them.
I
And
got
we
you.
gotta stop. And we've too many outsiders been put in this culture. You know?
I got you. I want to make sure we're cycling back to the
Yeah, yeah,
Beyonce album.
yeah,
I feel like we're
yeah,
going a
yeah.
little bit. Yeah, we're
Yeah, I
going
don't
a
want to.
little.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go
think
back to
we're
that.
going a little left. But yeah,
Yeah,
my reaction to the Beyonce album, right? So
yeah,
so look, man, you know I'm not a Beyonce fan like that. I'm really
yeah. I
not.
know. Yeah, I know.
I think she got some joints, but like overall, I'm not just the biggest fan. And going into this album, especially when I saw the cover art, I was like, this is going to be trash. Like this is going to be. I went into this album expecting carnage. Like I really did, but I got to be honest because on this channel I keeps it a buck. It was it wasn't bad. I don't think it was
No, I
bad.
thought it was. Yeah.
It wasn't
No.
bad. Now, do I think it's a great album? No. Um, though again, I've only listened to it twice. But do I think it's a great album? I don't think it's a great album, but it's absolutely it's solid. It's all right. It's not bad. It's not bad. Um, the thing that I really want to tip my hat to her for is that she absolutely understood the game plan and she went at it. Like um, like you said, that I do think it's quite country, but it's not like the style of country that I was saying. Not that put a boot in your ass the American way. It's definitely
Yeah,
more
it's
so
not. Yeah,
on like the pop style country and whatnot. And I think she nailed it. I think that my fear going into the albums, I thought this was gonna sound like some almost like parody of like country. I thought it was gonna be just kind of silly sounding, and
right.
she did not. It's like she came with it, and like the one thing that I definitely want to say is she came to sing, man. Like
Yeah,
there was some tracks on here that like while I didn't like love, I was like, damn, she came to sing. Them
yeah.
vocals, she came with the vocals, man. Like I like just talking about a couple like the couple of the tracks, man. That joint that 16 Carats I thought was dope the first time I heard it. The
Yeah, I
first
love
time I
16
heard it.
carriages.
Yeah, first
And
time I heard it,
apparently,
I'm like, yeah, that shit
there's a
dope.
demo version. There's a demo version of 16 carriages that features Destiny's Child. Now I don't know if it's going to be on the deluxe version of the album or what, but I've seen that there is a demo version of that song with Kelly Rowland and Michelle and Latoya Luckett on it. I can't wait. I want to hear it,
I
but
want to hear that.
yeah. But yeah, I love this. I love 16. I love that song. I didn't mind Texas Hold'em
I thought that was
when I
trash.
first heard it. When I first heard it, I didn't care for it, but I listened to it it sounds great on the album. Like I said, I
Yeah.
listened to the album, in my headphones a couple times, and it sounds great. She did the production was great, and again, like I said, the production on the album ranges from, like I said, country sounding to pop sounding to hip hop sounding,
Hmm.
like a lot of Beyonce albums sound.
Yeah.
The song "Spaghetti" was I thought was great for what it was because it was kind of her tribute to spaghetti westerns. And Swiss Beats did the beat. It was great. I liked it.
I thought it was
She
trash.
did.
I hated that
I'm
song.
sure. I knew you would. I knew you
I thought it
would.
was trash.
I knew you would. But like I said, I like the fact that again she's merging
Right.
genres,
Hmm.
merging country with hip hop, with rap, with pop.
Hmm.
Genres should not exist anymore because everything's hip hop sounding anyway now.
Hmm.
Hip hop has infused every genre of music: gospel,
Hmm.
pop, rock, um, house. Every genre of music is influenced by hip hop now. So
Right.
it's genres shouldn't exist anymore, and you can't tell people, you know. And Beyonce's thing was, I'm gonna do a country album because I love country music, and it's gonna be the best thing that comes out. And you know, from a lot of things that I've seen, people love the album. Like I said,
Hmm.
I think it's her best
Well,
album since the self-titled album.
well, with Beyonce, man, that's gonna typically be the thing. Like, I'm not trying. Look, I thought the album was all right. Like, I'm not trying to diss. I thought the album was all right. But like, I
Mhm.
think that like with Beyonce albums, when the albums come out, everybody's gonna say it's fire because I turned on I think it was CNN. And I saw this clown with a cowboy hat just sitting here just ranting about how it's a masterpiece. I'm like, bro, a masterpiece? How many times you listen to it? Twice? You call that a masterpiece after two listens? Like, what is happening? And why is this on CNN?
Yeah, why is it on CNN? I think there's
Like
more important
seriously,
things going on that they should be covering than the Beyonce album, but that's neither here nor there.
sitting there on CNN with a cowboy hat talking about a masterpiece. Like, can you
Oh,
stop
get
it?
used to that. You can be seeing black people with cowboy hats and spurs and all kinds of shit going forward.
I ain't mad at that, man. But
Wait
come
till
on, man.
Beyonce go. Wait till she goes on tour with this album.
Yeah,
You gonna see niggas in cowboy hats and spurs and boots.
yeah.
Hey, but again, that is part of the Southern culture. It's not
That's
just
fine.
white people. It's
That's
part of the
fine.
culture. So,
That's fine.
if you go to Texas, you'll see a bunch of black people wearing cowboy hats. Not my thing.
Yeah, that's
I think it
fine.
looks ridiculous, but that's just I'm from. I'm not from there. I'm not from that
Yeah.
culture. I think it looks ridiculous. Personally, a grown man wearing a cowboy hat looks ridiculous. But
Hey, man, it is what it is,
we're gonna
man.
see
But
Jay Z wearing a cowboy hat soon. Is that
I
what we're
mean,
gonna be seeing?
I mean, you might.
uh,
But so I thought the album opened up good. I thought the first track was dope. I like that one.
yeah, I like that
It
one
got
too.
off to a good start. I'm like, okay, all right, it's not
Yeah.
bad. Nice start for real. Like I said, 16 Courageous I thought was dope on first listen. But man, that track, the from there, like the songs I thought were cool. Like I wasn't like blown away by a ton. But then like that track, what's it called? The one with Miley Cyrus on it.
Most Wanted.
Oh my God, that track made
Yeah.
me, man. I felt something on that one, man. Like golly, man.
Yeah, I love it. I love that
Them
song. It's great.
man, them ladies came to sing, man.
Yeah, they had
Damn,
chemistry. They had great chemistry together on that song, which is interesting because they never worked together, but they had great
man,
chemistry.
that track, I'm like, okay, we got a problem. That song was phenomenal, man. Like
Yeah.
that. I felt something, man. That song was flames, and like you said, they had chemistry. It was a duet. Like
Yeah.
they were like they were parts on the song, but they were like both singing at the same time. That joint still sounded like perfect together. I loved it. I think that's definitely the track that like because obviously there's gonna be a Grammy conversation about it. That when they perform in the Grammys, they gotta perform that together. They just have to at the Grammys. They have to perform
Yeah.
that track together.
Well,
They got to. They got to.
I'll tell you straight up right now.
Yeah, yeah.
If that album does not win album of the year next year, and if it doesn't win song of the year for again, there's a number of songs on that album that could
I
win
guess
song of the year.
Texas Hold'em. I guess because it's big. I guess.
I mean, it could be that. It could be the Dolly Parton remake,
Yeah, it could be.
Jolene. Like if a song off that album does not win song of the year, record of the year, that album does not win album of the year, every black artist should boycott the Grammys from going forward.
You see, I
That
didn't.
album should sweep the awards next year.
But how can you
And
say? Wait a minute, hold on. How can you say that when we don't even know what else is coming out? Like more people are putting music out, so you can't say that. Like
well, let me ask
somebody could put out something flames next year.
what top artist have you heard is going to be releasing an album coming out?
I don't
I mean,
know.
I know that there are. I will just say that it should be at the top of it should be at the top of the list in terms of Grammy nominations.
Yeah, and it is. It
And
will be.
she
It
should,
will be.
and again, she should get her album of the year. She deserves an album of the year. She should have gotten it for Lemonade, and she should get it for this album. But again, we'll see what happens. But she
I
should get
mean,
it for this album.
yeah. But all I'm saying, I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm
Yeah, I know.
saying that I
Yeah,
don't know what else is coming out. Like there could be more music
yeah.
coming out. You know what I'm saying? So I
Well,
can't sit here
you
and
know,
say she should get album of the year when we're not even close to the cutoff period. I mean, the cutoff period for the Grammy thing is like late October, early November, something like that. So a lot of music could come out until then. But
we'll
I'm with
see.
you. I'm with you though. I
We'll
think
see.
that
But I think
yeah.
she deserves. Like I said, she should have got album of the year for Lemonade.
Mm,
But I'm not. Maybe not based on the
nah.
quality of the album, but the popularity of it. It was
Sure,
everywhere.
sure,
It was
sure.
everywhere. It was a huge album for her.
I mean,
But
again, I don't want to. But again, I hate to like deviate the conversation. I want to talk about the album, but like,
yeah.
but like that year though, you can't pretend that Adele's album wasn't everywhere too. It was
No,
that album
and
was
that's true.
huge. That album
Look,
was
and that's true.
gigantic.
Yeah, it was true. Look. Her losing to Adele is not a big deal, as opposed to her losing to Taylor Swift. But
Which Taylor Swift
yeah,
album she lost to? What Taylor Swift album she lost to?
what I don't even know what Taylor Swift album
It
won
was
for
it
last
was
year.
it was it was no. She wasn't nominated last year. She wasn't. Beyonce wasn't
Renaissance
nominated
wasn't
last year. No,
Renaissance. Oh yeah,
Renaissance
Renaissance
was
came out in
nominated.
2022.
She lost to what's his name? Oh man, I can't. Oh man, I'm mad. I'm forgetting this dude's name.
Yeah, I can't
Huge
remember.
pop star. Huge pop
Yeah,
star. I
yeah,
can't think of his name.
yeah. I
I'm mad.
can't
I
think of
can't
his
think of his
name.
name. I'm mad. I couldn't think of his name. But yeah, I agree with you. She should have won that year. Like Harry Styles.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm Harry
Harry
Styles.
Styles.
Harry Styles.
Yeah,
Harry
who
Styles.
the fuck is Harry Styles? But yeah,
I know it is.
she
I listen to
yeah
it. It was okay.
but yeah she this album this album will be heavily nominated because it is really good and it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be on country music. It's going to be on country stations. It's going to be on urban stations. It's a phenomenal piece of work, and she should be proud of what she did because it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. So I can't wait to see what she does for Act Three. I've heard some people speculate that Act Three will be an R&B fused album,
I'll be
but we'll
down with that.
see. But
I'll be down with
yeah,
that.
I was pleasantly surprised by how good the album was.
Whatever. Let's talk about some more tracks. Whatever tracks really stood out.
I said the Dolly Parton remake Jolie was great. That was great, and the fact that Dolly Parton co-signs it on the album is even
Yeah,
better.
that was cool. I like that. That was cool.
Again, she has co-signs from Dolly. I mean, the two most known country artists that most black folks would know is Dolly Parton and Willie Nelson. And
Yep.
Willie Nelson appears on the album in a couple
On
of
the skit, yeah,
skits.
that was cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So again, she's got co-signs from that, But like I said, Jolie, the song "Daughters" I thought was good. Um,
Yeah, that was good.
like I
Also,
said, there was a couple of, like I said, she did. Yaya was more of a was more of a
Tina Turner type joint.
yeah, that shit was great. I
Yeah,
fucking love that song. I love that song.
I thought it was
That
cool.
was some Tina Turner shit, man.
Yeah,
That
it was cool.
and I think that's what she was going for in the song.
Yeah,
It was really good. But I mean, it's just so many. Again, it's a 27 track album, so it's very. But those are the ones that stand out to me. And like I said, the even the Post Malone song, I forget the name of it, was good.
yeah.
But again, I
I didn't
I
like that
can
one. I didn't like that track at all. The Post Malone, I ain't like that at all.
well, I don't like Post Malone at all. I think he's awful. But I mean,
Yeah, I
the
didn't.
song was good. Like I said, I thought top. I mean, I don't think it was a really bad, a really terrible song on there.
I didn't like it.
But top to bottom, like I said, 27 songs is a long album. But it's very. I think that every person out there should listen to it at least once.
For
Because you got
sure.
a lot of people. A lot of people are making comments about the album that didn't listen to it, and it's like,
Yeah,
okay, I don't. Again, if you don't listen, again, and you've said this to me a bunch of times. If you don't listen to something, why are you commenting on it?
yeah.
Don't
That's kind
talk.
of
Don't
my
say
point.
something
Yeah.
that's terrible if you don't listen to it. You may
Right.
not be a fan. You may not be a fan of the artist, and that's fine. If you're not a fan of Beyonce, you're not gonna mess with the album anyway.
Right.
So just keep it moving.
But
Just
I
keep it
think,
moving. 'Cause-
I think, that, and again, still feel like we're like going like around the world in this conversation a little bit. But like, that's kind of what my point has been really since streaming became a thing. Like,
yeah,
we're no longer at a point where we have to like drive to Best Buy and buy a CD for 14.99 to listen to it. You got the
yeah,
entire musical discography in your on your phone. So like,
right.
if something wins an award and you disagree with it, it's very easy for you to pick up your phone and listen to the music before you start saying this is a travesty. And that's kind of
Yeah,
been my point. Since
yeah,
streaming has been a thing, that's been my thing. Like, let's not just say, oh, that's trash. Her should have won the album of the year. Her album was dope, but I mean, Taylor Swift's album was dope. Miley Cyrus's album was dope. There was dope albums in that category. So to just sit there and say that should have won when that's the only album you've listened to, this doesn't make sense to me. That's kind of
yeah.
been my
I
whole
agree.
point.
I agree with that, and I agree with that. And I think we all need to do better,
Mm-hmm.
better in terms of opening ourselves up to different styles of music. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just hip hop. Everything. It's so many different styles and different genres. I know that the usual stuff gets promoted,
Yeah,
but we have to stop being lazy. Like, everything is there. I have Apple Music. You Spotify. It's
yeah,
there. You can
yeah,
find anything you want. And there's so many different artists out there that are doing great music. It's not this trash music that's being promoted. There's
exactly.
plenty of people making good music out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I enjoyed the album. I think I'll give it a couple more listens to see how it ages. But I think it's going to age very well, and I think it's going to be probably considered one of her best works in her. Now I want to say apex of her musical career, because again she still could make a shit ton more music. But
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a great album, and she's a fucking talented artist. She's one of the most
Mm-hmm.
talented people we have in our generation,
Mm-hmm.
and she killed it with this album. Could have been a little shorter. That would be my biggest
Mm-hmm.
complaint.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, could have made a double album or something like that. Release like part two in a couple months. But yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
great. It's a great album. I enjoyed it. Um, I salute you. I salute it because
Mm-hmm.
that was great. I was pleasantly surprised.
I'm gonna tell you the tracks that like I really rock with.
Yeah.
Um, 16 Carriages was flames.
Yeah. Agreed.
I thought Bodyguard was dope.
Yeah. Agreed.
Um, I talked about the two most wanted. That was Flame. That's probably my favorite song.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was dope. Yaya was cool. Two Hands, Two Heaven was dope. Tyrant was dope.
Yeah. These are all great songs. They're just good
And
songs,
Sweet
man.
Honey Bucket, I'm still on the fence on. Like, I think I like it,
Mm,
but
yeah.
I don't know. I think I like it though, but I need a few
Yeah.
more listens.
It's
Yeah,
cool. It's okay. That one was okay.
yeah.
That
It had
was
like
okay.
three
But
different tempos. I'm like, okay, like
yeah.
it's real creative. I do, so those would probably be the songs that I really enjoy. There's some other songs on there within I think that are okay, but those are the ones that were standouts for me.
Yeah, those were great songs. Yeah, yeah. Sweet Honey Bucket. That one's I'm on the fence about too. It's cool,
Yeah, yeah,
but like I said, the Jolie was probably my favorite. One of my favorite songs on there.
that was cool.
Like,
Yeah, that was cool.
she just kills that one. She kills that one again. If Dolly Parton said it was cool, then
Yeah,
it's cool.
yeah, yeah.
Again, yeah, it was good. And again, it's like I'm sure there's some people not happy, but again, nobody said anything about what's his name, Luke Combs, the dude that did the cover of Fast Car, Tracy Chapman's Fast Car,
That was dope too. Did you see them
which is
performing at the
good
Grammys?
too.
That shit
Yes, I
was
saw it.
dope.
And it was good.
That was dope.
Fast
Yeah,
Car is like one of the greatest fucking songs ever.
yeah,
Like,
it was
and
a
Tracy
dope
Chapman's
song.
an amazing artist that
Hmm.
just disappeared. She just, I'm
Yeah.
good, and then she popped up for the Grammys, and it was just as good as she always was. Just phenomenal. But yeah, like I said, country music is a part of every genre of music. Just like everybody, it's no more genres need to go away.
Mhm.
And Beyonce just busted just blew open the genre piece with this album. It was, I
Yeah.
was thoroughly surprised and very, very much entertained by it.
Cool. Well, so what would be your standouts before we leave? What would be your standout songs? Just on your, were you on your second listen, first listen?
Yeah, I've listened to it a couple times. Listened to a couple songs like Yaya, Jolie, Daughters, American Requiem,
Yeah, that was good.
16 Carriages. Those are my favorite songs on there.
Cool,
Those are
cool,
definitely my favorite songs on there.
cool. We'll leave it there. Appreciate you coming through, man.
I appreciate it, man. We need to do it again for some more. If somebody would put out some good shit, then I mean we can do some more new I mean we
Absolutely.
could always do retro albums and
Oh yeah, we
stuff like
will.
that.
Oh yeah, we will. We definitely will. All right, man. Peace.
All right, man. Later.